Now to Germany, where an initially slow vaccine rollout is picking up pace. Chancellor Angela Merkel has raised the hope that by June, anyone who wants to make an appointment for a jab will be able to do so. Her comments came after a meeting with the 16 state premiers to discuss the vaccination drive.
Chancellor Angela Merkel dubbed it a meeting of hope. The situation in Germany remains serious, with daily COVID-19 cases still alarmingly high and the number of coronavirus patients in intensive care still growing. But the vaccination drive is picking up speed, so much so that Germany may soon be able to offer vaccines to everyone, not only those at high risk. On the whole, we expect the people in the high priority group will be vaccinated by the end of May. That means that, depending on how many vaccine doses we get, we can abandon the priority list as of June at the latest. This does not mean that everyone can be vaccinated immediately, but that everyone can make an appointment. After a slow start during the first few months of the year, now around 23% of Germany's population has received the first dose. That's thanks to an increase in deliveries, more reliable supply chains, and family doctors now also administering the shot. With more and more people vaccinated, the debate on whether they should enjoy more freedom from restrictions is also mounting. Chancellor Merkel said the government is preparing legislation to ease some measures. Those who have been fully vaccinated or those who have recovered from COVID-19 should be exempted from having to get tested to go to non-essential shops or from quarantining after returning from abroad. They would still, however, have to continue following mask and social distancing rules. I think that's unfair. A more nuanced solution must be found. It is absolutely clear to me that people who have been vaccinated must get their basic rights back. It's not a question of whether they get special rights, but that they can live normally again. I think it's good, but it's a pity that it's not my turn yet. But her turn may not be far off. Chancellor Merkel's promise to offer every adult in Germany a vaccine by the end of the summer seemed impossible to many only a few weeks ago. Now hopes are high that her pledge will be met.
And for more on this, I'm joined by DW's Anya Scharfenroth. Good morning to you, Anya. So why has Chancellor Angela Merkel and the leaders of Germany's 16 states not been able to agree on what freedoms vaccinated people could have?
Well, Christine, in the last few months of this pandemic, we've seen lots of these meetings between the Chancellor and the state leaders that have dragged on long into the night, where there's been lots of controversy, debate. It's been incredibly hard to find consensus. And it was almost like this time round they decided this was going to be a meeting with some good news. They put the difficult decisions off. And it was clear from the start that the most difficult decision of this that was on the agenda at this meeting was reinstituting basic rights for those who've been vaccinated. And it seems that decision has just been pushed further down the road, really. Also, bear in mind that here in Germany, a national lockdown law only just came into effect on Saturday. Infection rates are still inching up at the moment. And of course, if you look at the figures, we just saw it there, only just over 7% of people have actually been fully vaccinated. So it does seem still pretty early to be making those decisions about what rights they should be getting back.
Right. But this is happening as we're saying that the vaccination drive is kicking into gear. Won't the growing amount of vaccinated people now increase the pressure for them to be granted more freedoms?
Well, yes and no, really. Of course, as more and more people are vaccinated, there's more demand for them to get their rights back, and the economy needs it badly too, of course. But it also makes it easier in a way, of course. You have more people vaccinated, you have more support for giving them their rights back. And it also, there's an argument that it might persuade those who've been reluctant to get vaccinated to finally get their jab. But also this could all be a very short discussion in a way, because if the vaccination drive really does go ahead as quickly as Merkel has now promised, and everyone can apply to get a vaccine come June, then we may have reached herd immunity sooner than we think and may all be able to lead normal lives again.
All right, that's Anya Scharfenort reporting for us there. Thank you, Anya.